Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Melissa, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's Pick a Card reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll take a look and see whichever crystal or pile that you are visually or energetically pulled towards. There certainly may be a message there for you. So I will post the timestamps in the description box below if you would like to jump ahead. Now you can pause the video or just take a deep look into the energy of each pile here. Starting with pile 1, we have Jasper, red Jasper. Now, if you feel a gravitational, energetic, or visual pull towards red Jasper, then there may certainly be something in this reading for you. Now, pile 2, we have the crystal Septarian. It looks like an eyeball. It is a really beautiful creamy brown banded color here. If you have a pull towards Septarian, then there may be something in pile 2 for you. And then lastly, we have Mookaite, which I happen to be wearing today as well. Mookaite is a yellowish orange color. Now, if you have a pull towards Mookaite, then there may certainly be something in this message for you. So again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Choose whichever one. If you have more than one, that is okay as well. Choose whatever one resonates the most, and I will meet you on the other side. Hello, pile 1. You chose the red Jasper. Now, red Jasper is associated with the root chakra and has to do with our stability as well. So some of you may be really shifting things up on a physical level when it does come to your environment. Now, you may be thinking about organizing, purging, going through your closets, cleaning your garage. You may be doing a spring or a fall cleaning, so to speak here. So a lot of you are focused on your stability at this time, and this can be a really powerful stone for endurance, for grounding, and taking a look as well at any childhood traumas or instabilities that have accumulated in your life that you may have hung on to. Now, this can also affect the feet region, the legs, the hips, the buttocks, and even the toes. So if you've had any issues with those areas, you can use red Jasper to help you feel more in the flow and embracing life instead of feeling a little bit of resistance. Now let's see what's showing up here for you in pile 1. Now, pile 1, you have here a lot of energy around the heart chakra as well. So you have heart's desire. When the heart's desire comes up, this is about a passion for life. This is about relationships with yourself, with your partners, your children, families, but also it can be passion for what it is that you do to make a living. It's about you feeling in the flow and in the frequency of the energy of love. So some of you may be making decisions from the heart in the near future. You may be heading towards your heart's desire. Where are you feeling that pull? What is your soul and your heart really guiding you to do at this time? There could be some big decisions coming in for you, especially when it does come to your stability. You may be thinking about moving, traveling, relocating, really shifting up something within the living space. Some of you may even have children who are moving out of the household, or you may have had children enter the household. I'm just getting here a strong pull from the heart chakra. But most importantly, this is about love for the people around you, a love for what you do, and making sure you're in that flow of love instead of feeling like you're riding the wave outside of it, feeling the resistance or feeling at times a little bit of anxiety, loneliness, because it does talk about heart health here for you as well, pile 1. So some of you may have suffered at times from loneliness, rejection, isolation. It could have stemmed from childhood as well, where you had to take care of yourself from a very young age. Yes, it may have created a sense of independence, maybe even a little sense of stubbornness for some of you, but I feel that there are things coming into your world that are really going to open up this heart center, this heart space. If you're looking for love, this is a fantastic time to keep open, to stay open, to work on relationships if you are in a current relationship at this time. Or there's also a feeling here of forgiveness, mending, being able to come together with other like-minded individuals. Now we also have here, we have lasting commitment. We do have the knotted rope. So I feel that whatever you are doing from the heart, because again, you do have decisions tied with that heart. So double heart energy, whatever decisions you are making from the heart, they may be lasting. They may be something that you decide to do for the rest of your time here on earth. So for example, perhaps you're finding your forever home, your forever person. You are creating some sort of hobby into a career, and it may be something that takes you well into retirement. You may be tying the knot in the near future or meeting a soulmate that you will spend the rest of your time on earth with. So whatever you're doing, whatever decisions you're making here, I feel a strong, strong tie to this energy here, and it will last for, again, for quite some time. There are soul contracts coming in here, I see, for you, pile one, and soul contracts that you can see. This rope is tough. This rope, it's not a rope that you can just pull and it severs or it breaks. It's not something that you could just cut through with a scissors. So I feel that you've weathered some storms. You have gone through a lot. You've been through the challenges here, but you're ready to move forward and really commit to your goals, to yourself, to your heart, maybe to another person, to a passion project, to an idea. And it's something that you're tying the knot here and you're saying, I have what it takes. I'm not going to derail from those plans that I have for myself. Now, some of you, there's intense passion showing up here. If you're looking to spark things up, if you are in a relationship, then there's certainly that opportunity. Or if you're looking for love, then the cinnamon stick here can be an aphrodisiac. It can be about passion. But it's interesting because you have heart's desire, which can be about passion projects. So you can see the synchronicities that are showing up here in your reading, pile one, where this is a spark of inspiration. Whenever this cinnamon card shows up, it reminds me of the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is all about chasing those dreams, those desires, those passions, and feeling inspired to set new goals for yourself and to achieve the goals that you've already set out to hit here. Now, I'm also getting this new sense of purpose within your career or within your relationships. You're reinventing yourself and reinventing your ideas. So some ideas that you may have had in the past that maybe you put on the back burner, or they may have faded quickly into the background because sometimes life happens and we don't always get to focus on it. It's kind of like reading a book. Sometimes we get into a book, but it's just not as interesting and we tend to have to do the dishes or wash the clothes, take care of the children, go grocery shopping, go to work, and we put that book on the nightstand and we try to get to it when we have a little bit more time. I'm feeling that you are getting to the plot in the book and it's not something you want to put down. So when this cinnamon card shows up, I feel like there's a plot coming in here. Now, not a plot twist. For some of you, it certainly could be, but if it is, it's almost as if it's something that's going to change your outer world. So it certainly could be a plot twist. I'm actually going to pull a card here, a tarot card, and see what this is all about because I feel there's a strong gravitational pull to make change, to create change here. What else do we have for pile one? What do we have here for pile one? The star card, the stars are aligning. This is about wish fulfillment. And then we have the magician. Wow, two major arcana. So again, this is getting to the juicy good part of the book, right? This is about you not letting the dishes or the laundry or the distractions hold you back from getting to that plot because you want to keep reading. You want to keep moving forward. You're feeling inspired and you're in it. You're in it to win it, pile one, and you're committed to it. And that's what I'm feeling here, especially with the magician and the star. The stars are aligning for you to really work with the law of attraction. And that's what we were talking about here with heart's desire as well. This is about you getting into that flow, riding that wave of desire, of passion, of love, and working with that law of attraction. So whatever it is that you've been really wanting can start to manifest in your world. We have good motivation here. Another heart showing up. This is just wonderful for you, especially when you're feeling that vibrancy, that sunshine energy. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling good motivation. Some of you are wrapping up a project. You're cleaning the house. You are finishing a book. You may be writing a book and finishing it, but the projects that you've been wanting to tackle, finish, or keep going, especially when it comes to even health or your New Year's resolutions. I feel like you're picking something back up here and you're finally going all the way with this. Okay, you may have slipped a little bit in the past, or you may have said, well, I'd like to cut back sugar or cookies or caffeine or alcohol, but I'm just going to have one. And then sometimes that one turns into 2 or 3 or 10. But I feel like you're sticking to whatever it is that you're setting out, and you're having good motivation along the way. So really beautiful energy, pile one. Now we also have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. This is a really powerful energy coming in, because a lot of times when things are really challenging us, when we tend to be on that roller coaster called life, right? When we happen to go through the ups and the downs and the twists and the turns, and there happen to be things in the external world that we feel like we're the eye of the tornado sometimes. A lot of times that energy is coming in to teach us a lesson about play, to not take life so seriously, to allow ourselves just to go with it. You know, if we were to resist the ride on a roller coaster, if you were to try to, unbuckle yourself or get the bars off of you and jump out, right, it would be a catastrophe. It would be a lot of resistance, and we probably wouldn't enjoy it as much, right? If we're watching the roller coaster happen. This is about you buckling in, getting ready for that ride, because I feel like you're in for a wild ride here. So have fun, get in that roller coaster, buckle up, strap in, because you are protected, pile one. Absolutely important for you to realize that you are divinely protected here as you move forward, and enjoy the ups and downs. And it's not always easy to enjoy when you're going through those downs, but I feel celebrations coming in here for you, especially with the surrounding cards. You have good motivation to manifest what it is that you want in your life, and I feel you're inspired to head towards those dreams and make them happen. Have fun along the way. Try something new, travel, eat lunch at a new restaurant, meet up with a new group of like-minded individuals, get outside your comfort zone. I'm feeling that energy pull on a collective level that this time, whenever you're watching this, it's a timeless reading, but at this time, there is a strong pull towards having more fun, because things can get serious, and that tends to bring a little bit of the energy of the world down. And I know it's difficult to not feel that way at times, whether it's something external outside of you that's affecting you, or it's your own health or your own family, or things that can be a struggle or challenge. But allow yourself fun, and fun doesn't have to cost money either. Now, from the Soul Truth deck, pile one, goes into alignment with what we're talking about here. Does my life have room? Well, maybe your room, or some of you switching up your room, or some of you are having some fun times in your room. Does my life have room for more pleasure and play? In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work. Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experience a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? I got to tell you, pile one, I don't look at the cards when I pull them. I may see them visually, but I don't tune into the energy until I go through them with you. But literally, this card wraps up everything we've been talking about here. So is it possible to shift that seriousness that we were just talking about, to allow yourself to be creative, allow yourself to be wild, to be playful, because you have those sides. Some of you are saying, but Melissa, I'm not creative, but Melissa, I'm not wild, or but Melissa, I'm not very playful. I say, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You can be anything you want to be. And just because creativity isn't always defined by just art, or just being able to paint or draw or write, that's not just what creativity is about. It can be about putting a creative twist or approach on things, seeing outside the box, enjoying in the pleasures of life, the things that are all around you, enjoying eating an ice cream cone, enjoying looking up into the sky, into the clouds and seeing the shapes that are forming, enjoying the sunshine on your face, enjoying a warm cup of tea while you're reading a book. So this is about you bringing more pleasure and play into your life instead of being caught up in the seriousness of it, being caught up in the challenges or the struggles. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, Melissa, maybe you've never struggled. Maybe you haven't been through the challenges. Oh, I can tell you, I absolutely have, just like all of you have as well. But I find that when I don't resist, when I go more smoothly with the challenges that I'm being brought up against and I don't resist them, because I find that when I do have resistance, it's like a riptide, right? It's like trying to jump off the roller coaster when you're already in, you're already buckled up, but it's important to remember that you are protected here. So add a little bit of pleasure, add a little bit of play, spice things up, kick it up a notch. If you are in a relationship, then you certainly could use a little more passion, a little bit more spice. So think outside the box, do something wild, do something unlike you. You may just surprise yourself. You may have more fun than you think. Now, if this is in your creative projects or your passions, your career, this can be about you deciding to make a change, and it may be scary. It could be something that you're not even sure if maybe your boss will like or your clients will like, but put it out there anyway, because the best case scenario is it blows up and everyone loves it and you're feeling good because you're able to utilize your gifts, your skills, your creativity, and your talents. The worst case scenario is you put it out there, it doesn't work, and at least you know, and then you can move on to the next. So again, bring more pleasure, more play into your life. Now, lastly here, I will read from the guidebook, The Oracle's Message, but you have one of the best cards in the Wisdom of the Oracle. For those of you that are interested in any of the decks you see, it's all in the description box below as well. But this is the Bless card. So Spirit wants you to know how blessed you are. Now, some of you may be saying, well, I've given up on my dreams, or I don't feel as blessed as maybe others. That's when I ask you to really challenge that belief. And I want you to take a look around you, pile one, and see all of the beautiful blessings that you do have in your life, because this is about something wonderful. It may be unearned, it may be unexpected. It is a grace that is an unforeseen gift from Spirit, and it's showing up here really soon if it hasn't already in your life. And the message for you, pile one, is this. There are moments in life when out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down that maybe you didn't deserve it. Maybe you weren't expecting it. However, here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. Absolutely. This is about you deepening relationships that you may be in as well. There may certainly be some strengthening of bonds coming in with that heart chakra. There may be a new soulmate or a new union that is coming in for you, pile one. This is about new developments, and you're going to see evidence of it in your physical world. When it comes to fortune as well, you have that Magician showing up. So there could be some blessings coming your way, some money coming your way here, an unexpected windfall, where if you were having any difficulties in your life, I feel like they're showing up as new opportunities here for you to grow and evolve as well. So accept the blessings given to you and don't forget to share them as well. Stay humble, stay in that energy of humility, and remember how blessed you truly are, pile one. So this is a really wonderful reading. If you were attracted and pulled towards Red Jasper, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up here. Thank you so much for listening, pile one. Lots of love. Hey, pile two. You chose Septarian. Septarian promotes bravery. It helps with anger, frustration. It can help you overcome any challenges that you may currently be facing. If you feel things are a little bit chaotic in your life, if some of you are dealing with someone in your life who may be really triggering you, pushing your buttons, or you just feel things are a little bit tough, this crystal can certainly help you navigate through those obstacles in your life. So let's see what is showing up here for you. Now, your key theme here is the law of attraction. So it's about you keeping that positive mindset, even though things can sometimes be challenging for you, pile two. Remember, when we tend to, for example, wake up in the morning, we tend to stub our toe getting out of bed, and then we go brush our teeth, and maybe the battery is out of our electrical toothbrush, and then there's no hot water, and it seems to spiral. Spirit is saying here that if you are focusing on more of that positive, more of that abundant energy, and really tuning into the law of attraction in a positive mindset, then that's what you're going to receive as well. Despite what's going on around you, we have the power to shift. That is what the law of attraction is all about. Manifestations, positive affirmations, magnetic energy, staying in that abundant mindset. Now, some of you may have created a vision board. You may be working on one currently, or it would be a really beautiful time to post something on your refrigerator, whatever goals that you have or whatever you are working on manifesting and attracting into your life. I want you to think more about that, but also see the outcome, see what you would like to have manifested, but why? What are the feelings behind it? Sometimes I hear people say, well, I want to win the lottery. But why do you want to win the lottery? How would that make you feel? What would you use it towards? Instead of just having the goal, take a look at all of the pieces in between that as well. Because you taking one step towards the universe is going to take a step towards you. That is what the law of attraction is all about. So again, keep those thoughts positive. You're feeling very magnetized at this time, whether you know it or not. You can exercise the law of attraction here by, trying to find a parking space up front. If you're looking for close proximity to get to the store that you are at, you can use the law of attraction by saying, okay, I'm really going to focus on the car color yellow. I want to focus on the yellow vehicles that pass me by. Or I would like to really hear from a friend, hear from them, hear a message on the radio, or it could be a loved one. Really tune into what it is that you want to see manifesting, and you can exercise this on your own as well. But keep a gratitude journal, pile two, if you don't already. Write things down, but also if you have created a vision board or digital or on paper, if you've created it in 2021 or even 2022, I want you to take a look, especially at that upper left quadrant, because I feel like there are things that are starting to show up in your physical world, things that you've really been wanting. You're setting some goals for yourself, and I feel like you're attracting the right business partners. You may be attracting the right people to help you with your health. This could be medical professionals. It could be physical therapists, coaches, mentors, intuitives, healers. The law of attraction is working in your favor here to help you ascend, help you advance and grow. So if you are wanting to take something to the next level, please know, pile two, that you do not have to do it alone, that you can use the resources that you have, including the law of attraction, to help bring in the right people, the right places. Maybe you're looking for a new home or a new vehicle. This is about you aligning with that energy. And sometimes we focus so hard on what it is that we want that we actually exhaust ourselves, and we don't give spirit the breathing room to work behind the scenes, because sometimes we want to control the situation. Sometimes we have those expectations. That's not what law of attraction is for in your favor. So if you do find yourself physically, mentally, spiritually exhausted of trying to make something happen, just take a step back. And I always use the example of trying to have a baby. Sometimes when we really try to have a baby and it's something that you want and it's something that's all you can think about, it actually ruins the fun of the process, and you focus so intently on that you forget the reason behind it in itself, and then it can be a challenge, then it can be a resistance. So if you find yourself focusing so hard on making something happen but it's just not happening and you're getting frustrated, that may be a sign for you to back off or back away from it, to give the universe some breathing room to work its magic. Okay, so take it as it resonates for you, but I do feel that a lot of you are reaching some really beautiful goals that you've set out, or you have some new goals that you're excited to tackle, hence the vision board and the law of attraction, because you have the fire energy within you. Now, some of you may be a fire sign as well, or you just have that strong motivation. You may want to look at your rising sign. You may have Aries energy, Leo, Sagittarius. You may have, again, the fiery energy coming in that I feel a lot of you are, let's see here. A lot of you are wanting to go big, go big. I'm getting here, go big or go home. So you're wanting to take something to the next level. This is about negotiation as well. For example, let's say that you have a new offer from a new company that you want to work for, and they say, we'd love to have you on board, but we want to pay you, I don't know, $100,000 a year. And you're thinking, $100,000 a year, I know that I'm worth $140,000. And you may counter offer them and they say, whoa, that's way out of the ballpark. However, we really love what you have to offer. You have a great background. We want you on board. How about 120? So I'm getting here negotiation skills as well coming in for you, pile 2, and you're going to reach those goals. So go big. Shoot for the stars here. Don't let distractions get in the way of you manifesting what it is that you want, but also don't let the control or the expectation of something deter you. So for example, let's say you have that expectation of going into that interview saying, I want $40,000 and I'm not going to work for them unless they give that to me, or I have it set on that. And there's no wiggle room, there's no negotiation, and then they're not willing to offer it. What can actually happen is they may feel that resistance. That's law of attraction as well. They may feel that, and they may actually bump up against it and say, sorry, there's no wiggle room at all. So that's the examples I'll use here for the law of attraction. Sometimes when we try to manipulate, control, or we're feeling too overwhelmed by what it is that we want, Spirit's saying here, just be a little bit flexible, but go big as well. And go big, because then you can always negotiate as well. Now, what else do we have for you? Smooth transitions. I love this because it means for you, pile 2, that things will start to feel a little more smooth. If you've been going through a whirlwind of either emotions, if some of you have been feeling the effects of something on the physical, if you've been struggling with your health even, or your finances, I'm getting that it's going to be better than you thought. You may have catastrophized a situation that hadn't even happened yet, or you may have already went through a tower moment, pile 2. I'm actually going to pull a card on this. Let's pull a couple of tarot cards, because I feel that there may have been something that's happened for you that you're finally going to feel a lot smoother going into. Okay, you may receive a new message showing up here. What do we have for pile 2? We have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, so a new message coming in, and I feel like it's going to be of good news, something that was quite challenging for you. Again, this can be that negotiation, meeting in the middle. When the Page of Wands shows up, this is about you staying curious, you staying that student. This could be a message coming in about your career. It could be about a course of study or a project here that you've had to take a little bit of rest from, or you felt a little bit disappointed in the past because you didn't get the news, or you didn't hear from maybe a person or an organization, a company or a relative or a loved one that you've wanted. It may have been painful in the past here, but the good news is you have the Star and the Magician showing up as well. So pile 1 had these. too. So there may be something in pile 1 for you, but the Magician and the Star says things are ripe. The Magician is about the law of attraction. It is about your dreams starting to manifest after a time of just taking a little bit of healing, recovering, rejuvenation. And then the 2 cards that immediately came out for you, 9 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. So when the 9 of Wands shows up, this is about you defending what is yours. You fought for your safety. You fought for your family, your security, your place within your company, your business. You fought really hard. Why and how? Because you're determined. You are a warrior, pile 2. You have what it takes to stay disciplined, stay persistent, to keep that strength and courage within, to not give up. And you're going to see here that it's paying off, because the Queen of Pentacles, she's the most abundant queen in the entire deck. Okay, she's right up there, really close with that Empress. And whatever it is that she focuses on, she can grow, she can multiply, and she's tuned in to the law of attraction. Look at that. She has antennas coming from her crown chakra and her third eye region. So whatever it is that you're tuning into in a positive energy, a positive light, you're manifesting into the physical realm. So really beautiful cards to clarify here. You're going to find it's going to be a lot more smooth than the uphill battle that a lot of you have been facing in the past. However, before this time, there is going to be some important choices for you to make, but you hold the key. You have not just one key, but you have many keys. So I feel like there are many opportunities to help you, many resources that can help you unlock some new opportunities coming in here for you. So if you felt like you didn't have either the resources, the financial means to do something, or if you didn't have the clarity, you're certainly getting that here soon coming in for you, pile 2, because important choices are going to lead to new opportunities in your life. And it will be smooth. It'll be a lot smoother than you think. Some of you may even be getting keys for a new home, a new vehicle, a new office, because this keys can be symbolic as well. Or some of you may actually see a key, or there could be something you're opening as well. You may find an old key that unlocks maybe a box that you've had hidden, or if you're going through, it could be some heirlooms or something of that nature. You may find a key that unlocks a box, and you may find some hidden treasures or gifts in there as well. So I'm also getting a safe box. So some of you may be adding money to a safe box, or you're adding something to it, and it's going to be very positive, very lucrative. I'm seeing money coming in here for you. So this is wonderful. Now, what we have here is share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Some of you did feel singled out, alienated, left alone. You felt maybe even abandoned, or you've had to go inward. You got that 4 of Swords energy, and that 4 of Swords is tying in with this as well, about either overworking, overthinking, ignoring the signs of rest, or obsessing about something. And we were talking about that with the law of attraction here. So don't obsess about it. Come out of the cave. Law of attraction, and also karma. If someone did you wrong, or if there was a situation that was immoral or unethical, I feel like they'll have to pay. Don't obsess or worry about that journey, because it's not yours. But you stay in your own integrity. Stay in your own energy of being humble, being compassionate and kind. Don't let that situation harden you or let you become bitter or resentful. Let that allow you to evolve emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and use your voice, share your voice to help other people so they don't go through the same situation possibly that you have as well. Now, when it comes to the soul truth, you may be questioning, pile 2, am I on the right path? Sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this, that you are on the right path, pile 2. Keep going, keep believing, and keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. Today, search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. Yep, there's a trust coming in here. There's more clarity. And it does say here, keep going, which you have that 9 of Wands. That's the energy of determination that we just spoke of here. This is also about the stars aligning. You have that star card showing up as well. So know that everything is happening. You are on the right path and you're being divinely guided, I'm hearing as well. And lastly here, I will read the oracle message from the guidebook, but you have chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict. So it kind of correlates with what I'm feeling a little bit. You're transitioning into a smoother phase of whatever it is that maybe you've been struggling in as well. I feel there could be money coming your way if some of you have had some issues in a relationship, or you've just felt challenged at every step. I feel like things are starting to kind of slow down a little bit for you in a sense where you're able to take a step back and see things for maybe what they really are, or you're able to make those important choices. Now, chaos and conflict can be about being at a cross purpose with another. It's about the tension of opposites or even the value of chaos, chaos before order. And the oracle message is this: opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at a cross purpose with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflicts provide a way to see more than one side of the situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. I feel like if you've been going through the challenge, which I've been talking about here, and I was feeling that in the very beginning, this is saying here that that challenge is starting to shift. Trust your heart along the way as well. And I'm going to read to you the prosperity message, pile 2, before we close down your reading. And it says, circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so you can find the real path to your prosperity. You are on the right path, but you want something deeper, pile 2, more meaningful. Yes, it may be stormy. It may feel that there are opposing forces wherever you turn, which we just said that here, but be rest assured that there is divine purpose in chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired. Even if it doesn't feel that way, you will know this, pile 2, to be true sooner rather than later, as you're definitely heading towards transition. For some of you, it is finances, money, abundance, or it has to do with even your stability. Remember here, you are protected. You can get through any challenges that you have been facing. So I hope this resonates with you, pile 2. Please do know that you are supported, and that even though things can feel a little bit challenging, a little bit stormy, that this too shall pass, and before you know it, you'll be heading towards those calmer waters. Thank you so much for listening and being here, pile 2. Lots of love and light. Hello, pile 3. You chose the crystal Mookaite, which can be a stabilizer. It can really help us with making decisions as well. And it can be tied to that sacral chakra, relationships with self, relationships with others. So if you are feeling a little bit conflicted, or if you've been feeling confrontational, or that even you're walking on eggshells at times, this can really help you stabilize your emotions and your feelings, and it can help you feel more neutral when there's duality going on. It can change that duality to neutrality and can be very nurturing, very grounding, and protected as well. So let's take a look, pile 3, and see which messages are showing up for you. All right, what we have here, your themed card is education. Now, this is a really powerful energy because education is something that we are constantly in the energy of. We're constantly learning, growing, evolving, whether we are the student or whether we are the teacher, because we're going to go back and forth between both of those energies our whole time here on earth. You may be deciding to go back to school at this time. You may be taking a new course. You may be gaining knowledge in a new area that may have seemed unfamiliar, or you weren't quite sure how to do something. This is about you being able to track the right resources, the right help that can allow you to move forward. Now, you may even be a teacher, or you may be studying, training, again, gaining some sort of certification. You may even be writing a book, reading self-help books, or watching YouTube videos on either how to grow your business. You may be diving into the spiritual side of things as well, taking classes on mysticism, spirituality. This could even be about you educating yourself about the world around you, paying attention to what is going on, reading up about the law of attraction, reading up about how to expand and grow your business. But I'm also sensing here that a lot of you may even be tuning into your higher self, learning through divine channeling, divine messages from your guides, your angels, your spiritual team, and you're learning and evolving as well. And so if you do any sort of spiritual work, or you are writing a book, a lot of you may be automatic writing or just channeling a lot of energy at this time, and you're learning and you're growing. So now would be a perfect time to start that class or to give that class. Some of you may be starting your own platform where you're teaching. Maybe you're starting your own YouTube channel where a lot of the things that you have learned and implemented, you're teaching others, but in the process, you're still that learning, you're in that learning phase. Because this can be a really great time for your mind. You may even be an air sign, or you may have air elements in your chart. This is for all signs, by the way, but a lot of you are really feeling that pull towards knowledge. And remember, pile 3, knowledge is power. The more that you know, the better off you are. And I'm also getting here the word awareness. So a lot of you are being aware of your surroundings, and do your research as well. They're showing me the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is like the private investigator of tarot, the one that's always discovering, searching up new things. If they don't know how to do it, they're going to figure it out. If they don't know how to change a tire, they're going to go on YouTube and find out how, right? This is about you staying in that energy of discovery, being open to changing, but also being versatile along the way, knowing that sometimes old things no longer work with the up and coming. Sometimes the old way of doing things no longer resonates or works with the current energy. So that can be why some of you may be taking some new certifications. There could be new regulations, new procedures in TAC. I'm also getting here, do your research and education if you are wanting to get maybe a better deal. For example, let's say you're booking some plane tickets, and you say, well, I'm just going to book the first one. This looks like a great deal. And then that's that. You certainly can do that. Nobody's admonishing you for doing that. That's absolutely fine if you feel like you've got the best deal. But for those of you that may want to be a little more thrifty or more resourceful, you may take a look at where you could save your money, or where you can get the most bang for your buck is kind of what I'm getting here as well. So the more that you stay inquisitive about your surroundings, the better deals you'll get, and the more that you'll be able to not let anything slide or get past you, because sometimes people can take advantage. For example, sometimes, a female may go into a car dealership and say, well, I need to get my oil changed. And then the car dealership, and again, no offense to those people that are car dealerships or, that change oil, anything of that nature. This is just an example. Don't shoot the messenger here. But they may say, well, yeah, we checked your oil, but you also need this fluid and that fluid, and you need a whole wheel bearing change, and you need this and that and that. Do your due diligence is what I'm getting here. Make sure that you get that second opinion, or if something seems a little bit fishy, and go towards that smell, okay? Go towards what that is, because you may want to look into it further and educate yourself so you don't get the short end of the stick here. So that's what I'm feeling for you for the education. Now we have here fresh starts with the eggs card showing up, which I really love fresh starts. I like new beginnings. Who doesn't, right? Even though it can be scary, you may be moving into a new home. You may be starting a new class. You may be having a baby for some of you. You may be starting a new YouTube channel, starting a new business, writing a new book. Whatever is showing up here for you, new beginnings are something beautiful. It can inspire us to really do what we love, right? It can inspire us to think outside the box. And that's what Spirit wants you to do at this time. Think outside the box. Allow yourself to be flexible, but not too fragile where you crumble or break under some sort of pressure, because you have the eggs here. So that's the message I'm getting with this fresh start. Is it's important to allow yourself that flexibility, know that you are protected, but instead of being a raw egg, be a hard-boiled egg where you're not going to break if something happens, that you have that foundation within yourself. And there could be something with eating more eggs for some of you, or maybe you're deciding to raise chickens or, harvest your own eggs. That may be the case as well. Please take it as it resonates. Now, we also have a much needed escape. We have the camping card. Now, whether this is the traditional sense of camping, or this could be about you taking a little bit of time out to pause, to reflect in order to recuperate from a situation and have a new beginning. Now, you may be getting a new job, and there could be a 2-week period in between where you're allowing yourself just some downtime before you start this new beginning. For others of you, there could be, I'm getting a procedure, whether it's a health procedure, or you may have an appointment coming up with maybe a healer or a therapist. Allow yourself to really think of the questions that maybe you want to ask, or the things that you want to work on. Stay inquisitive, research, educate yourself. But I'm also getting that there's people around you who will be educating you. So ask the right questions. So allow yourself a little bit of time in a meditative state, or leave for the weekend, travel if you can. Some of you may be traveling in the near future, or again, we are talking about finding the best deals, whether it's on a plane ticket, an Airbnb, or you saving money on maybe car insurance, things of that nature. Sometimes that's how they get you as well. You'll book a car rental and they say, but you need to have this insurance, and you have to have this toll pass, and you have to this and this and this. Do your research, because sometimes you can get scammed out of a lot of money. So that's something that's coming in here as well. So take a little bit of time to again, look into things a little bit more if you're wanting to save, or if you're wanting to not get taken advantage of. I mean, of course, nobody wants to get taken advantage of, but sometimes we don't feel like we have the resources or the time to look beyond. If that's the case, you can ask a friend to help you out, or ask a family member, or ask a professional. So for example, let's say you need to get your taxes done, and it's something that's stressing you out to the max, and you usually do it yourself. This could be a time to call in a professional, is what I'm seeing as well. Now we have the dandelion card, which talks about you planting seeds. Now, some of you, yes, you're heading towards a new beginning, but I feel that a lot of you have already planted some sort of seeds that have scattered in the winds, and they're going to start to grow, start to take shape here. So this is also, I call it my wish blowing flower. So some of you are going to see that the wishes that you've had for quite some time, you're seeing that some of them are starting to manifest. Some of them are really starting to take shape here. You may even be coming close to graduating, or close to finishing up or wrapping up maybe a book or a course, or some sort of soul lesson that you've dove into in the past. And I feel that there's a really strong pull, strong energy with this dandelion as well. Now, from the Work Your Light Oracle, we have trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So again, it kind of goes back to doing your research, whether it is external or internal. It doesn't matter, but if it's internal, it may be showing up because of something in the external. But if your intuition is guiding you towards a new path, a new direction, or there's red flags cautioning you, pay attention. Trust that niggle. There's a pull towards a new direction here. Your intuition is highlighted at this time, pile 3. So trust that you're being divinely guided. And you can see here that things seem to be maybe even a little bit stormy in the background, or you may be unsure of how something is going to turn out. You may have a strong pull in one direction. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Take a little bit of that time out, much needed escape to really reevaluate before you make a very important decision in your life. Now, from the Soul Truth deck, we have, what am I most afraid of losing? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was, to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, pile 3, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? Today's soul action. Name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Now, what if all of that was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Okay, very important for you to remember that as well. Today's mantra, pile 3, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. I belong. And that could be something, again, you have a fresh start coming here. And they were really giving me that energy of feeling at times that something is going to crack, or feeling, maybe you feel like you're going to crack at times, or feeling that something is really fragile, really touchy, or you're not quite sure how it's going to turn out. But I feel that it's important to focus on the gains instead of focusing on the loss. I'm actually going to pull a few cards on this as well, because I'm getting that 4 of Cups energy, but something is going to turn out better than expected. Yes, something that's been weighing heavy on you, or you've been working really, really hard towards, tends bring endings. Now, endings bring in new beginnings, which you certainly have showing up here. So a lot of you have been really worried, stressed, carrying the heavy burdens, or you've been working hard on your self-help, your spiritual development, that out of all of this, what do you have? You have the sun. This is powerful. This is beautiful. So you're gaining something here from planting the seeds that you've already, I feel, sowed. And now you're going to see a lot of abundance and sunshine. Your hard work here, pile 3, is paying off in big ways. So don't focus on everything that's come before. Don't be afraid of losing something, because a lot of times, like it says here, it requires us to grow, change, and transform. So we have to let go of something that we may have been carrying here with this 10 of Wands, something that may have felt heavy, whether it's a relationship, a job, it could be an old belief or an old habit, an old way of thinking, an old home even. Whatever this is for you, it's time to let go and embrace the new. You won't break. Things aren't going to crumble before you. Don't catastrophize the situation, because the sun is in your favor here. Really powerful. Now, last but not least, pile 3, we have the tribe. And I will read the oracle message from the guidebook here. And for those of you that are interested in any of the decks used during your reading, you can find all of that information in the description box below. This is also card 8. In tarot, card 8 is the strength card, the Leo energy of overcoming obstacles, staying determined, staying courageous, and stepping into your power. But the tribe is all about community, pile 3. It's about belonging, which you have here showing up, just that sense of belonging, trusting as well. It's about being seen and understood by others, like-minded connection, a sense of family and friendship, and knowing your place in the world. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. Oh my goodness. You are absolutely needed. That is what I'm saying here when it comes to this egg card. There's a fresh start, a fresh friendship, a fresh relationship, or a fresh community coming in for you. Yes, you may feel vulnerable. That's okay to feel vulnerable. That is part of the evolution, part of the process. Sometimes we have to embrace that, the unknown, take that leap of faith here. There's also an energy with the giraffes showing up here, pile 3, where I'm sensing that you're gaining a higher perspective. Giraffes tend to have the very long necks where they can reach in higher places that most things or animals can't. And I feel that you're able to see beyond. You're able to see things that other people can't because you are ascending, you are awakening, and you're opening your heart up to this new energy all around. And I feel like you can actually read people. You can read energy. You can read a situation. Trust that niggling, whatever that may be here for you, pile 3. So really, really beautiful energy. I certainly hope that these readings have resonated with you, whether you are attracted to 1 card, 2, or 3 crystals, whichever pile you may have been navigating towards. I certainly hope you found something useful in it for you. Thank you so much for being here, beautiful souls. Lots of love and light.